Hey, this is Lucas, and I'm going to show a tailstock here. This is from a Monarch 10EE lathe. It's the old height, and the old height means there's about 6 3/8 inches from the center of this tailstock and number 2 Morse taper to the flat way in the interior of the lathe. So anyway, it's 6 3/8 height. It's the older height. This is in remarkably good shape. I did measure a little bit of wear. There's a ridge right here, and it's about 4/1000ths. I don't know any lathe that's been in use that would have that little wear. So I'm thinking this has been well cared for at least. I took the ram out. The ram is right here. I popped that out. There's an oiling hole in there. I cleared that. It had a little plug in it that oils the lead screw, the nut actually, and the screw. This tailstock has a reservoir, an oil reservoir. We'll look at that in a minute. And these oiling grooves here. And there's another one here. And there's a little oil, I don't know if we can see that, but there's an oil right there, an oil tube that goes from that reservoir and oils this side, the back side of the double E. And here's the double E designator. I don't know if we can see that. Yeah, EE and 1364. So everything on it is in great shape. I did have a little repair to do on it. I had to repair this handle. This ball had snapped off. So I put a new ball on. It's a steel ball, and I brazed it on, and boy, it came out really nice. Everything else is pretty much intact on it, with the exception of two notable issues. One of them is this Gets oiler right here. So that's going to need to be replaced. We're going to want to cover on that. I'm guessing it's a Gets. And the other is the oil reservoir cap. And it's interesting, there's 2 of these. I'm not certain. There's a little bit of the green paint that was on it still remaining, but I stripped it down just to see if there were any breaks or any brazes, and the only brazing that's been done on it is that handle. Everything else looks great. So I'm not 100% sure if one of these is the reservoir and the other one is like an oil level indicator, or exactly what they're for. But this one's here, this one's missing. So those are the 2 things that I know of that are wrong with it. That part, and going to have to replace that. There is traces of the original red, and I'm guessing it's an iron oxide primer. It was probably a filler and primer and designed to give body to it. So I'm thinking that when this was new, it looked like a smooth, really smooth paint finish on it. I'm guessing this is a nickel-plated component, probably cast iron, and the nickel plating on the handle looks fine. There's a little bit missing on here, but I'm thinking that you're probably going to want to paint that anyway. The hand wheel itself is nickel-plated, and everything on that looks good. There's a little bit of the nickel feels a little pitted right here on that hand wheel, but otherwise it's fine. The graduations here on the tailstock look fabulous. Everything looks great on that. And the wipers and way, let's take a look at those. Here are the wipers, and they're alternating rubber and felt wiper. They look reasonably good on all of them. Here's the front V-way, the rear V-way, and then here's the clamp that holds this all together. So, you know, I'm looking at this. It's a really... Oh, and one other thing. The Morse taper, it's a Morse taper 2 in the ram, and that's really smooth. There's not... I couldn't feel any gouges in it. So that's in really great shape too. So everything on this tailstock looks terrific, except that little bit of wear, which one could scrape in, I'm guessing. All right, that's the tailstock for the Monarch 10EE. That's going to be on YouTube and should be available on eBay here coming up. This is Lucas signing off.